Our film opens with this woman, who is jump scared by her pet bear named Boog. Boog then dances, I guess, because that's funny.
Can she get down like this?
So they get in a car, I guess, and it's revealed that Boog is a show bear cross pet thing, who does shows for tourists nearby. We then cut to this guy who... I wonder if he's the bad guy. So this guy's a hunter who just got back from tying this deer on his car. A deer that's the secondary character on the poster. It's then revealed that the hunter and this girl are enemies. And the hunter also likes killing animals. Meanwhile, Boog is in the back of the Jeep. But the secondary deer character wakes up, who's played by Ashton Kutcher, so I'll call him Ashton Kutcher. This leads to a funny scream. So they're talking and shit, and that's about it. And while the two human characters are rap battling, Ashton Kutcher convinces Boog to free him. This makes the hunter very mad, and the scene ends. Cut to Boog's house that night. Boog is watching live war crimes on TV, but the female character's like, go to bed, you fucking thing. So Boog, with his stuffed animal character, goes to bed, but not before the female character has a song number.
If you go
Hold up.
But as Boog tries to sleep, he's waken up by Ashton Kutcher, who is throwing bunnies at his wall. I'll admit, that's a little funny, I guess. So Ashton Kutcher's all like, let's get out of here, bro. But Boog's all like, nah, man.
This here is my home.
So after some funny slapstick, the deer character convinces Boog to leave. So they head off to a gas station. They then break in and start wrecking shit up.
Hello, idiot. Hey, Rob, piss baby.
So their makeshift party keeps going, and yeah, we get the bear twerking meme. Yo, this go hard. Mind if I screenshot? But then the cops arrive, so Ashton Kutcher leaves, leading Boog to get arrested. Arriving home, the lady is mad at him. Boog then comedically throws up. And this officer guy is all like, I got one more summer to backwatch. And to give this film credit, I do like this scene, actually. Yeah, it can be juvenile, but Boog's owner loves him unconditionally. And despite her frustration with him, she still loves him anyways. It's not deep or anything, but look, it's a wholesome scene, okay? Cut to the next day. We encounter Ashton Kutcher walking around, but so does the bad guy who tries to run him over. This leads to Ashton Kutcher interrupting Boog's show backstage. Boog then wrestles Ashton Kutcher, which the audience notices and holy shit, what the shit? You know what? I like this scene too. It's funny. Boog is then put down, and so is Ashton Kutcher. And this guy's all like,
it's time, Beth. Take him above the falls. He'll be safe there.
So Boog is flown up to a place that's far from his home. That kind of rings a bell. So Boog then wakes up. He then starts panicking and discovers Ashton Kutcher next to him. He's then all like,
my life is missing. And it's all your fault.
Let the rock tell you in Chinese.
So Boog decides the best course of action is to find his way back home. So he leaves Ashton Kutcher behind, but unfortunately keeps going back in circles. But after a bit of trekking, finally sees a tree. So he tries to climb it, but comes across some Scottish squirrels.
Touch a needle in this tree and I'll give you such
And he started making it out the fucking screw.
Anyways, so the squirrels start throwing pine cones at him, I guess, and that's about it. So Boog goes to Ashton Kutcher and is all like,
where's the doge?
And Ashton Kutcher's all like,
Okay, alright. I'll take you to town, but when we get there, we're partners.
And at first Boog's all like,
No.
But as per cliche plot trope, Boog lets him tag along anyways. Man, I wonder if they'll become best friends by the end. Meanwhile, the hunter guy is driving his car and starts discussing conspiracy theories.
A bear and a deer working together.
How far does this conspiracy go?
In 1945, corporations paid 50% of federal taxes.
He then sees this dog driving the car, and he then crashes his car. But it turns out it wasn't the dog the whole time. Whoa! Meanwhile, our main characters are walking around. Boog then climbs this mountain, but falls off of it. He then lands on this tree branch and sees a porcupine character. Oh, that sounds oddly familiar, doesn't it? Anyways, we meet these beavers or something, and they laugh at our main characters, I guess, because that never happened in a kids movie before. Boog then tells Ashton Kutcher,
We are not we.
What do you mean we? Nintendo?
once again, a moment never seen in a kids film before. But then Boog's hungry, I guess. So after some food dialogue, and after revealing he needs to use the restroom, Ashton Kutcher takes a shit on the floor.
Ew, you nasty ass bastard!
There's then a joke scene where Boog has trouble using the restroom. This is followed by him meeting some French duck.
Don't touch that dial now, we're just getting started.
What was that?
So anyways, funny French stuff happens.
There were thousands of us when we started in the big field.
Meanwhile, Ashton Kutcher sees a girl deer, I guess. Man, I wonder if they'll fall in love by the end of the movie. But then Patrick Warburton comes out.
Hello, smell.
Love your mama? So funny, Yo Mama Deer hates Ashton Kutcher for some reason. But then Boog comes out. But then all the other deer make fun of him, I guess. And then they leave and that's about it. Cut to that night, where Boog and Elliot bond together under the moonlight. And if you thought that wasn't crazy enough, the very next scene involves an old woman with an RV. Am I like grasping at straws here or something? Or is Alpha and Omega just so unoriginal that its own creative team were ripping off of their own ideas? So anyways, this family is camping, I guess. But then the hunter guy assaults their dog and then tells them about a future where animals rule over humans, I guess. And then he's all like,
If I don't stop them, it'll be a total reversal.
it'll be like George Orwell's book, 1984.
This is like George Orwell's book, 1984.
So Boog and Ashton Kutcher wake up, but they start fighting because it's the third act of the movie. But it also turns out they're going in circles. But it also turns out the hunter is now after them. So Boog runs across this beaver dam, but it then breaks, causing an Uncharted 3 set piece to happen. So one epic set piece later, the hunter guy falls to his presumed death, and our heroes end up on shore. They then fight because third act of the movie, and then Boog leaves, and it's very sad. It's quite literally drama for drama's sake. Please stop doing this shit. So Boog goes to Luigi's mansion. He then heads inside and sees a bunch of taxidermied animals. And it's revealed this was the hunter's house the whole time. So Boog hides from him as he sings to him.
If you go out in the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise.
So one Resident Evil boss fight later, Boog locks him in the basement with his own gun and escapes the house. Could have just shot him, but it's a baby movie, who cares? Boog then arrives back at the city, but then sad piano plays, meaning he's feeling bad about his decision. So he goes back to Ashton Kutcher, which I totally didn't predict at all. But some bad guy hunters are coming. So as Boog and Ashton Kutcher go back home, the other animals are like, can we come with you? But before Boog can decide, they stumble across a whole camping ground for the hunters.
Nobody's going home tonight.
But then Boog has an idea, and the idea is war. They then sneak up to the RV from earlier, and it's revealed the dog from earlier is a German?
That's good. Mama's getting kind of gamey.
Anyways, the animals steal from the RV, but the German dog follows them and is all like, please, let me follow you. And that's his whole character arc. And now begins the war. So all the animals start white phosphorussing the hunters. Man, I need different war crime jokes. Oh shit, that'll do. Some more war shit happens and the animals win. Oh, and they also bring out Mr. Happy, which is a holy shit, this is a war crime. So they drive the hunters out and win, I guess. But the one hunter is still alive, but thankfully someone throws a pot at his gun. The hunter then tackles him and a Metal Gear Solid 4 boss fight. Did I make that joke before? I don't give a shit. Boog then brutally murders him, but Ashton Kutcher sacrifices his life, and this makes Boog very angry, so he brutally murders him again. We then get the typical death fake out, where Boog's all like, no, Ashton Kutcher, but Ashton Kutcher is alive the whole time. You know, Alpha and Omega did this, and it was dumb then too. And then Boog's owner arrives. We then get some, I'll admit, pretty wholesome scenes, and she's all like, let's go home, Boog. But then Boog looks back at all the friends he made, and it's very sad, even though he barely had time to adjust to it throughout the film's narrative. So the owner's all like,
You are home.
so she lets him go, and Norm returns to the woods with all his pals. And then the movie ends.